brands can do a lot. They can change their own organizations to reflect more diversity, whether it's gender diversity, race, sexual orientation, even class and education. So there's a lot of work to be done internally, but there's even a much bigger role to do in terms of advertising. Research shows us that brands and advertising today are completely male biased in the way that we portray stories, in the people we show, and the way we show them. And brands can change that. Brands must change that.
The issue around diversity and equality is that we don't have any female leading any of the holding companies, which is a shame. We still have a huge level of dropout. Quite a lot of companies are trying really, really hard to make advertising attractive to different voices. But as the world fragments, what we need to do is for brands and companies to turn around and say, we welcome everybody because this is the kind of place that we are, because that way all of us will make better decisions, be more profitable and remain relevant.
In reality, the start point shouldn't be, about how do we get more women in. I think the fact is that business will be more female. That is a fact, and we can see it anyway, it is happening. I think there is the whole issue on a much broader level about diversity full stop, and I think we as a media industry are probably not good exponents of representing, sexual diversity nor ethnic diversity. So I think we as an industry have quite a lot of work to do.
I think what's really important is for all brands and companies to really think and look at their output through a diverse lens. So I think that too often, particularly if the decisions are all being made by a group of kind of older men, they don't even realise that actually what they're producing is incredibly undiverse.
First of all, get rid of ads. That's like my personal opinion. It's like contradictory, but what can brands do? They talk to people, like not to clients or users or customers, because they are human beings. So how would a human being react to a certain problem, a social problem? So if there's like a racial problem or like a problem with diversity, how can we act as human beings? That's my opinion, and not as a company.
Well, I think diversity reflects modern society. Modern society is diverse. And so I think if we want to resonate with consumers, brands need to become more authentic and need to be more diverse, whether that's in the beauty industry with no airbrushing, real size people, or including different faces in campaigns. I think from that perspective, I think the human aspect and really getting people on board with diversity will show them to be more authentic.
I think advertisers have to look at almost creating a new list when it comes to media buying. You've got black lists and white lists that are usually centered around things like brand safety, and perhaps they need to look at creating a list around companies that are promoting sustainability, diversity, some of the social values that they would want to promote as well, and really only buy media from those companies that support those sorts of principles. And certainly we're fully behind that. If you look at our executive team, we have more women than we have men on that, and we look at also diversity when it comes to trying to hire people that perhaps didn't have the same opportunities that other children may have, or kids would have had.
We need to be brave, we need to make the good call, the good decision, because it's unbalanced. Also race, for example, in Brazil it's a big issue, because in the advertising industry, even though Brazil, for example, it's probably 70% of Afro-descendant population, in the advertising industry, it's probably 2%, 3%. It's crazy. There's no connection between the industry and the real world. That's not right.